が見えますね、一望に。飛行機飛んできたのはこちらの方ですかね。
I'm not sure, but it came from over there, turned to the east, and then flew over the city. It dropped the bomb. The city was destroyed by just one bomb. The Americans used us as guinea pigs. That's what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
I still feel guilty sometimes about all those people who died. When the image of those helpless people comes back to my mind, crying for help, saying, "Give me water, give me water." How much they suffered. When we think about that, we survivors feel very guilty.
I haven't seen you for a while. How are you these days?
Getting worse.
You can still stand up, can't you?
No.
You can't anymore.
I get dizzy. I can't even sit up or lie on my side. I just lie on my back, facing the ceiling.
You were able to sit up last time.
Yes, I could do that before.
You can move your hand, can't you?
Yes, that is the only thing I can move.
If at least you could see.
My eyes don't work. My legs don't move. Once in a while, I can't help wondering what I live for. I am ashamed to think of such a thing, though. I must think that I am lucky to be alive. But since the Americans did such a cruel thing to me, I cannot help sometimes thinking like that.
They don't consider us human.
No. I don't like to think of it because it only makes me feel sad.
I too was afraid of remembering those things. I kept silent about being a hibakusha.
I can understand.
I cannot help crying whenever I think about it.
Many airplanes fly over this hospital. It sounds like an air raid and it frightens me. I wonder why the governor lets planes fly over here. It is really frightening to hear the terrible noise of those airplanes.
The sound of an airplane reminds us of August 6th, the day that changed our lives.
I can't help remembering the B-29s.
I understand your life is hard, but we must try to live through it anyway.
Yes.
I can't think of anything else to say, but I suppose it is important to do the best we can to keep alive. When I go to New York, I will tell everybody that there are people here like yourself.
Yes, please tell them.
I am leaving now. Please take care. Goodbye.
Thank you very much. Take care of yourself.
Of course, we have been occupied by the Americans, and we don't feel too easy about that. During the war in Vietnam, the airplanes took off from here, and the nuclear-capable Marine unit used to go from here too. You see those airplanes over there? They are 4M Skyhawks. They can carry nuclear weapons. There are about 50 planes here that can carry nuclear weapons.
As many as that?
You might think that the space is not important, but in fact it is very dangerous.
How do you do? When the bomb was dropped, I was working about 1.6 kilometers from the hypocenter near Fujimicho. I was then on the work committee to clear away buildings for fire paths. The flash of the bomb destroyed my eyesight. And as I was later told, I was lying under the debris of the collapsed building for 2 days, unconscious. I have no recollection of this. Since then, for over 30 years, I have suffered from more than 5 kinds of illnesses, including abdominal troubles and a reduction of white blood cells. Even so, I am lucky to be alive today, though I have been in and out of the hospital for the last 37 years. It is beyond anybody's imagination how hard life has been for the hibakusha. More than 400,000 of us. And even today, my life is full of rage and pain. It is easy to say, we will never repeat this mistake. May you rest in peace. But in fact, as long as there is risk of such a war, we cannot rest in peace. This is why I am going to the United Nations, even though I need a cane to walk and I am virtually blind. I am going to appeal to the world for the complete elimination of nuclear weapons and to tell the people all over the world and the young generation not to let the sufferings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki be repeated. Hello, everybody. At 8:15 in the morning, the 6th of August, 1945, I became one of the victims of the first atomic attack in the history of the world. I am here to make an appeal for the total elimination of nuclear weapons and the banning of limited nuclear war.
No more Hiroshima, no more Nagasaki, no more war. Peace, peace, peace.
This building, too, must be abandoned.
I see some people.
And that building.
These buildings are inhabited.
The buildings are burnt down now.
Where would you like to live?
I would like to live in a paradise house. Right. Paradise. It would be nice.
With a single atomic bomb, the city of Hiroshima turned into what you see in this picture, a ruined city. This picture shows Yukibashi Bridge, close to where I was at the moment the bomb was dropped. This is another picture of someone who died instantly. Her face was burned. The nose and eyes are gone. This is a back. This is only one person who died because of the atomic bomb. There were 100,000 in Hiroshima and about 80,000 in Nagasaki.
Like, years ago in the war, I didn't think it really would happen.
You didn't know?
No, I didn't know.
I talked to many people in the class, and nobody has even heard of Hiroshima.
広島という言葉を初めて知った。これ大変感激したと向こうで言ってました。握手してください。Never
This sister still alive or dead?
Sorry?
The one that was still alive. The one that was under the house. She's still alive or dead? Get out. The one that was under the house.
Does sister was happen later?
She's still alive or dead?
そのお姉さんはどうなったのか。
だから君たちがね、
You,
子供たちが世界
children. I would like children all over the world who wish for peace to join hands
世界の人たちと
and build a world where another war will never happen again.
戦争のない地球を作ってほしい。私はね、生まれたのは1940年ですから、45年。
I was born in 1940,
満5歳。
so I was 5 years old at that time.
外で鉄砲担いでこう戦争。
I was outside playing soldiers.
ちょうど8時15分。
It was 8:15 in the morning.
自宅にいたのは
Inside the house was my older sister.
長女だけがいて、あとは学校に行ったり、建物を取り壊しの。
The others were either at school or working with the cleanup committee.
で、その時に原爆が落とされました。
The bomb was dropped.
僕はその外でいたんだけども。
Although I was outside, I was not exposed to the flash, so I didn't get burned much. So I don't have many keloid scars.
原爆ドームから直線距離にして
I was 1.8 kilometers from the dome where the bomb was dropped.
の距離
In a way, it was a miracle that I survived.
ですけどね、大体全滅地域ね、2キロ以内はほとんど全滅って言われてる。
It is said that almost everybody within 2 kilometers was killed instantly.
その爆風で
Although I didn't get exposed to the direct flash, I was blown 3 meters away by the shock.
されてて、よその家に
When I became conscious again, I found myself in someone else's house.
で真っ暗になってるから、もう幼心で恐ろしくて。
It was totally dark and it frightened a little boy like me.
私が一応覗いて。
So neighbors evacuating from the area took me out of the house.
でも私の家にすぐ帰って。
I went back to my house.
そしたら家の中にいた姉が木造の2階建ての家ですから爆風で
Our 2-story wooden house had collapsed from the shock.
倒壊してで姉がその下敷きになって
And I saw my oldest sister under the debris
助けてちょうだいっていう
crying, "Help me."
見えるんですよ。
I could see her.
姿が見えるから。
Since I could see her, I tried everything I could to rescue her.
土を掘ったりして。
Digging her out.
だけど小さいから助けられない。
But since I was a little boy, I couldn't do it.
でそうしてる時に姉が一人帰ってきまして。
Meanwhile, my 9-year-old sister came back. She was in elementary school.
で彼女は左半身が大やけどで。
The left side of her body was severely burned.
Burning. The left side of the body was burned.
皮膚はもう垂れ下がってね。
Her skin was hanging. It wasn't a recognizable body that she had anymore.
まあ2人で一生懸命助けようとしたんだけども。
Together we tried to get my oldest sister out.
小 際2人の力じゃ助けられなかったんですね。
But even together, we couldn't do it.
で、そうしてるうちに火が回ってきて。
In the meantime, the fire reached our house.
まあ近所の人が無理やりに手を引っ張って逃げて。
Our neighbors came and forced us to leave.
まあ下敷きになってた姉ももう助からないと思って、おばさん私忠彦と上の姉節子っていうんだけども。
My sister, who was under the house, thought she couldn't be rescued, so she said to our neighbor, "Auntie, please take Tadahiko and Setsuko away from here."
で、まあ私の2人の手を無理やり引っ張って逃げてくれたんですけど。
So she grabbed us by the hand and took us away, running, although we wanted to stay.
で、一緒に逃げたその姉も9月10日に。
The sister who ran away with me died September 10th.
で、それから ABCC っていうアメリカのこの原爆の被害の実情を調査する機関が広島と長崎にできたんですけどね。
Then, an American organization called ABCC was established to investigate the after effects of the atomic bomb on those who survived.
僕たちが小学校で勉強してる時でも。
Even when we were studying at school, American soldiers came by jeep and picked us up saying,
"Hey you, hey you" って。
Hey you.
引っ張り出されて、その ABCC に連れて行かれるんです。
And took us to the ABCC, Atomic Bomb Casualty Commission.
で、治療してくれるんじゃない。
Not that they ever treated us. They never gave us treatment.
どんなに具合の悪い子供たちでも。
However sick a child was,
研究だけやって一つ。
they never treated him. They only studied us.
帰りにキャンディー一つくれるだけ。
A piece of candy was all they gave us when we were leaving.
不幸なことだと思いますよ。アメリカ人がね、自分たちがThat
Americans are not made aware of this fact is terrible.
人間の上に核兵器を落とした。
Americans must reflect seriously upon the fact they dropped the nuclear bomb on human beings for the first time in history.
非戦闘員、子供たちの上に。
Besides, they dropped it on civilians and children.
落とした。これはね、人類史上に。
I think this is an indelible stain on the history of mankind.
知らなくちゃいけない。
They must know it.
ソ連とアメリカが核兵器の 95% 持ってるんだから。
Americans and Russians, they own 95% of the total nuclear weapons in the world. People like Reagan say it would be all right if there's a limited nuclear war.
自分の国は自分の国と。
We and Russians would not receive any damage.
ヨーロッパとかアジアの一部で核戦争やることはいいじゃないかってことを言い出した。
They are saying that it would be okay as long as nuclear war is limited to Europe or Asia.
だから一人がやっぱり訴えねばならない時期になって。
We have come to a time when every survivor must speak out.
同じグループでもう被爆者。
There are many survivors in this group who came with me this time, and everybody feels the same way.
話したくないんだ。だけど話さなくちゃならないっていう。
Nobody is happy about speaking of their experience because they cannot do so without tears and pain.
訴えるために来てるんだ。
But they have decided to come here. Although they feel great anguish, they feel they must speak out. They try to find every occasion to talk to people.
だから殺してもいいんだよ。体の上には。
It is ridiculous to say dropping an atomic bomb is all right as long as it is not on one's own country.
As long as it's not America, it's okay to drop the bomb.
同じ人間ですよ。本当に。
We are all human beings alike.